On the eve of a fateful Friday the 13th, the small town of Crow's Nest stood shrouded in an eerie mist that clung to the streets like a sinister secret. The crimson leaves rustled in the brisk autumn wind, as darkness crept over the horizon, casting an ominous spell on everything it touched. In the heart of this eerie night, a group of high school students found themselves unwittingly entangled in a nightmarish web that would forever change their lives. Taylor, a studious and introverted teenager, had been chosen to present a history project the next day. Her friends, Hannah, Steve, and Scotty, decided to spend the evening at her house to help her prepare. As the night deepened, they grew restless. And the chilling tales of a local legend began to haunt their thoughts. The story spoke of an abandoned, derelict mansion known as the House of Echoes, hidden deep in the woods, a place where evil roamed freely on Friday the 13th. The mere mention of it sent shivers down their spines, but their curiosity led them to contemplate an unthinkable dare, to visit the House of Echoes. The clock struck midnight, and the group, fueled by adolescent bravado, set out into the heart of the forest. The moon hung low, casting eerie shadows that seemed to dance to a malevolent tune. An invisible force seemed to draw them closer to their ill-fated destination. They stumbled upon the mansion, its facade crumbling. Windows shattered, and an air of decay that suggested an evil past, entering the decrepit structure. A foreboding chill swept through them. Spiderwebs clung to the walls like memories of forgotten sins, and a ghastly smell filled the air. The deeper they ventured, the more the air grew oppressive, as though the very house was alive and watching their every move. As they climbed the creaking stairs, Steve, the most skeptical of the group, hesitated. A shadowy figure in the corner of his eye seemed to beckon him to turn back, but the allure of the unknown held him in its grasp. He followed his friends, ascending further into the heart of darkness. Inside a dimly lit chamber, they found an old, dusty Ouija board, illuminated by flickering candlelight. Hannah, known for her fascination with the supernatural, insisted they use it. Despite the collective apprehension, they placed their hands on the planchette, their hearts pounding like a tribal drumbeat. The board seemed to come to life. It spelled out a chilling message: "He comes on this cursed night." Fear gripped them as the temperature dropped, and strange noises echoed through the house. Suddenly, the candles went out, plunging them into total darkness. Panic set in. In the pitch-black abyss, their senses sharpened, and they could feel an unseen presence closing in. A sinister laughter reverberated through the room, and icy fingers brushed their faces. Terrified, they tried to flee but found themselves trapped in a nightmarish labyrinth of twisting corridors. As they ran, the very architecture of the house seemed to change, leading them deeper into its malevolent heart. The walls closed in, the floors shifted beneath them, and the sinister whispers grew louder. Taylor's voice cracked as she screamed. "We shouldn't have come here." Finally, they stumbled upon a room that was different from the rest. It was adorned with eerie symbols and sinister artwork. In the center of the room lay an old, ornate mirror, its surface cracked and tarnished. A dim, crimson glow emanated from the mirror, revealing horrifying images of death and despair. Scotty was drawn to the mirror and gazed into it. His reflection began to twist and distort, his features contorting into something nightmarish. The mirror seemed to reach out, pulling him into its cursed realm. The others watched in helpless horror as Scotty was absorbed by the wicked force, leaving only a lingering echo of his terrified scream. The room changed again, sealing itself behind them as they rushed to escape, leaving Scotty trapped in the nightmarish mirror. The sinister laughter grew louder, an echoing mockery of their desperate pleas. As the night wore on, the remaining friends faced a relentless barrage of horrors that taunted their deepest fears. Hannah's fascination with the supernatural became her own undoing. And Steve's skepticism could not protect him from the relentless nightmare. Each twist and turn of the cursed mansion led them closer to their own grisly fate. In the end, it was Taylor who faced the darkest revelation. She found herself in a room that seemed to reflect the deepest, darkest corners of her mind. It showed her the truth about the House of Echoes, revealing its history of misery, suffering, and death. In a haunting whisper, the house declared that it had waited for her, and knew her deepest fears. The room transformed into a nightmarish tableau, and the walls closed in around Taylor. She realized that the House of Echoes had become a sentient being, feeding on the fears and souls of those who dared to enter. The house intended to keep her forever, becoming a part of its dark and cursed history. The morning light finally broke, revealing the mansion's sinister facade once more, but the four friends were gone without a trace, leaving only a sinister, echoing laughter in their wake. In the end, the House of Echoes had claimed its victims, and it remained an unholy testament to the horrors that lurked in the darkest corners of the human psyche. The town of Crow's Nest would forever bear the chilling legacy of what happened to those high school students on that fateful Friday the 13th.